But I'm Xander Steele, so in case you don't know me, I would love to meet you guys. Also, welcome to anyone who walked in while we were worshiping. Also, this week we have a really great message. It's going to be done by me and Chase in part. But I want to start off by talking about Joshua. So, Joshua, he's a really cool guy, but before Joshua, there was Moses, right? And everyone knows Moses. He's the legend, right? He split the Red Seas. He said, that's split. And then he was leading the hundreds of thousands of people out of Israel, or the Israelites out of Egypt, I mean. And then he wrote the Ten Commandments. But right before Moses, got back to Israel with all those people, he died. That sucks. He was leading the hundreds of thousands of Israelites out of Egypt. He was doing this really great thing, and then he died. But don't worry, because he had a little apprentice guy, second in command. His name's Joshua, so he did really, really good. He came in, took on the role, kind of filled in some big shoes coming from Moses. Literally, he split the Red Seas again. That's so legendary. But so he stepped up, not gonna get scared. He got some confidence in himself, and he came in, and little did he know, whenever he did that, though, that there was going to be 31 battles waiting for him. And when I say that he, took over Moses' role, Moses had all this stuff. He had control over 600,000 males and children and females and just bunches of people that are Lord's people. And so Joshua got all those people to follow him, and then he got the promised land and got all this great stuff. So you would think he'd be really happy, right? But then the 31 battles came, and those battles were tough. But we're going to talk about how he persevered through those battles and how we, as people, can persevere through our 31 battles, 50 battles, thousands of battles that we have every day, just how we can get through those. So I'm going to ask you, how many battles do you face a day? What kind of battles do you face? Because it's not going to be you have to go and fight a dragon, not that kind of battle, actual, just small little battles you have every day, or big battles you have in your life. So we're going to talk about that.
I can assure all y'all that we are all in Joshua's shoes at one point or time in our life. Whether it be moving to a new school and starting for the first time, or trying out God for the first time, there's always those struggles you deal with. So you ask yourself, when I come to you, why does it feel as if you're turning away from me? So I'll tell you a story I heard one time. It was this super poor farming couple. They didn't have very much. They had a really nice vase or urn or whatever you want to call it, and then they had their prize cow. That was all they had on their little area of land. And one night, some beggars came up to the door, asking for a place to sleep. But this farming couple, they were devoted followers of Christ. They were Christians, and they were like, "Yes, you can come in." So they let them sleep on their finest straw, since they didn't have any beds, and they gave them a warm meal and provided entertainment with joyful conversations. Then they said their prayers, and they went to bed that night. And the next morning, when the farmer woke up, he realized they were already gone. The beggars had stolen their vase, urn, I don't really know what to call it, whatever you want. And then he heard his wife just scream, and she was out of the barn to go milk the cow, and the cow had died. And the farmer asked God, he said, "God, why would you do this to me? I've been good throughout everything. I've done as you asked. Why do you do this to me?" And then God replied with, that vase that the beggar stole distracted them from a jar of gold coins hidden in the hole of the wall from the previous owners that they did steal. And your cow, death came last night, and he came for your wife, but I convinced him to take the cow instead. And there's a wandering cow out in the field behind you. So it's I want to say these little things in life will change your perspective. He's got that little plan. He's got a glorious reason for everything that happens. And recently with me, they performed CPR on what happened to me, and my ribs were bruised and sore, but like they didn't break or anything, but that they don't care if they like broke a rib. That's what they're just going hard on you, because they gotta try to save your life. They don't care. So like, did anyone catch that? They don't care if they break your ribs at all, as long as they save your life. That's what they're focused on. So like Joshua had his 31 battles that he had to fight, and he overcame them. That's his 31 broken ribs. Now we'll have our 31 battles in life. We'll have like much more than that. And because God allows these to happen for our growth with Him. So could I get a volunteer? Would you like to volunteer? Darby, would you like to volunteer? Sorry, she had to go first. Would you like to come up here first?
Oh.
Hey guys, this is Darby. Give a round of applause. Okay, so we're gonna say like I pushed you over and you fell over on the ground and scraped your knee. How would you feel?
Upset.
That's a good word. What if we said that you were standing in the street and when I pushed you over, you fell onto the curb and the grass and scratched your knee. But while you were standing in the street, there were cars coming, but I pushed you out of the way and saved your life. Now, how do you feel?
Grateful.
Cool. That's a good word. All right, we give her a round of applause. So that boy who didn't ask you to fall ball, like God's just protecting you from some harmful situation. Or maybe that super cute girl doesn't like you the way she wanted to. That's just God helping you with things that sometimes won't turn out in the right way. So like, would you ever turn your back on God just over a scraped knee or a broken rib? Try to look at the other side of that, the outcome. Because that's the part that you grow from. That's the part you grow in a relationship with Him from. So you want, like, just thank God for pushing you, for shoving you out of the road, for breaking your rib. I just want to say a little prayer real fast. Dear God, we thank you for all of our broken ribs and scraped knees, because we grow from those. We know you have a reason for those, and you can grow from them. Even if that guy doesn't ask us to fall ball, we know there's a reason for that. That super cute girl doesn't like you. It's fine. There's a reason for that. We know you got a plan. So we thank you for that and everything. In your name we pray. Amen.
I'm going to add on to that a little bit. So with Joshua's 31 battles, 31 broken ribs, I mean, every day whenever we like go to the cafeteria and there's a long lunch line and we're like, are you goobing me already? And then you go get in, like you're walking out to your car, you're walking out and your mom's picking you up and you step in a gigantic puddle and your new J's, your new white, all white, triple white, cloud foam, just completely brown and nasty. Just any type of thing that makes us feel bad, sad, whatever, you know, that's a battle. And the major battles are called trials in life. And whenever you go through one of those, like parents getting divorced or something like that, something major in your life that will like have an effect for the rest of your life. I mean, those are big, and whenever you're going through those, you could be praying your heart out, or maybe you're not praying, and maybe you should be praying, but maybe you're praying your heart out, and it feels like God's never going to answer. It feels like God's not answering you, and then you keep praying, and then now you just want to give up because He's not answering, and you don't know why. You think you go to church on Sundays, you come to Impact, you go to church on Wednesdays, you go to FCA or whatever, and you read the Bible and you think you're a good Christian, but God's not answering you and you don't know why. Maybe He is, but you don't see it. Because whenever we ask in prayer, you know, you want a certain outcome, like a specific outcome, but maybe He's working in some other way. So whenever we pray, God, don't let my parents get divorced, and then they get divorced, maybe it was because they were fighting, you didn't see it, like maybe the dad was hitting the mom, and that's just not healthy. And maybe after your mom finds a really nice man and the dad finds a really nice wife, and they have a great life, and maybe it's not what you wanted, but it's probably better than an abusive relationship. So whenever we pray, don't expect one thing. Be open to what God has for you, and that's all I have to say. So I'm glad you guys came today. We're ending a little early. But seriously, invite all your friends. Seems like there's a lot of girls in here. Holy dude. Guys, dude, invite some people. Maybe bring your boyfriends or something. I don't know. But glad you guys came. I'll see you next